Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo flying insect trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo flying insect trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
Mica Miller's pastor husband has claimed he tried to raise his late wife from the dead after she committed suicide in April. John Paul Miller told News Nation's Rich McHugh that after Mica tragically killed herself in April, he attempted to resurrect her in an unhinged episode in the morgue. "Yeah, I tried raising her from the dead, because you know what? If it had worked, we'd have a whole different story," he said. Miller also made the bizarre claim that his wife would have been in an incredibly euphoric attitude when she killed herself, while dismissing speculation that he had any role in her death. Mica's suicide captured national attention after John Paul delivered a sermon announcing her death to his congregants, where he abruptly ended proceedings for the day, demanding he not be questioned. Dome internet sleuths claimed that he had a hand in her death, with some spotting him wearing the same necklace Mica was wearing when she died. But John Paul insisted he was not with his wife that day when she shot herself at Lumbee River State Park in North Carolina. "I was in Charleston with about 100 people from my kids' school," John Paul, a popular pastor with a criminal record that includes multiple counts of aggravated assault and battery, told News Nation. "We were all together at the soccer fields that day. Afterwards, after the soccer game, somebody was with me the entire time, somebody that I love more than anything else on planet Earth, was with me. And we went shopping in Charleston. And we got food in Charleston. And there's all the receipts from that throughout the time." In a bizarre claim, John Paul said his wife would have been in an incredibly euphoric attitude on the day she died after eerie images showed her smiling while buying a gun hours before she shot herself. "Someone sent me screenshots of the Dick's Pawn Shop pictures, where she's smiling, which out of the 6 or 7 times that she tried to commit suicide in the past, only one of those times was she depressed," he continued. "The other times, she was very euphoric. And she would wake up and say, 'I think I'm supposed to die today.'" He said that these instances would be triggered by Mica not taking her medications, as he claimed that he warned her family that she would kill herself if y'all don't get her lithium. "I told her friends this, I told everybody," he said, adding that when he got news of Mica's suicide, his reaction was, "I told y'all." He also said that when Mica would take her medications, "We had the greatest marriage you could ever imagine." John Paul said he did not believe his wife was murdered, a claim backed up by a toxicology report that determined her cause of death was suicide and she had not been drugged. After John Paul's sermon announcing his wife's death, he implied that he had laid with her body in the morgue, sparking concern from some observers. But he now claims that he couldn't lay with her because of the position of her body in a coffin, but he did say that he hugged her and sat on the floor and just talked to her for a while. The pastor added he then attempted to raise her from the dead, but unsurprisingly his attempts at resurrection did not work. "If it had worked, we'd have a whole different story," he continued. "But God forbid me not try it, and I always wondered the rest of my life would it have worked. Jesus did it. Elisha did it. There's a few other people in the Bible, and so yes, if somebody I love more than anything in the world has passed away, what I believe to be an early death, you better believe I'm going to try to. In Jesus' name, raise her from the dead. I believe in healing. I believe in miracles. I believe in the raising of the dead. I'm a one God, apostolic, tongue-talking, holy rolling, born-again, heaven-bound believer in the liberated power of Jesus' name, and I'm not ashamed of it." John Paul also admitted that an apology letter he wrote to his wife that emerged after her death was legitimate, in which he said he was sorry for manipulating her, including slashing her tires and tracking her movements. "If I wanted to lie about that, I would just say I never wrote the letter, right?" he countered. "Because how can you prove that I wrote somebody's letter? There's no signature, there's no name, it's not in my handwriting. But I 100% wrote the letter. I did it, B.